Hello everyone, we are Group 4. Our good topic is inequality in developing countries. The perspective I have chosen is to analyze the issue of income and inequality in developing countries from an education level. Education is a decoration for the rich and a refuge for the poor. The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that the rich flaunted their wealth through education while the poor sought survival skills and through education. In recent years, the relationship between education and income inequality has attracted widespread attention. Baker and Chiswick respectively mentioned education and income distribution, as well as education, earnings inequality, and economic development in the American Economic Review and the Economic Journal. And they believe that investing in education can result in better balancing of the distribution of income. And therefore, I believe that the relationship between education and income inequality is related to the following aspects: uneven distribution of educational resources, differences in educational quality, and issues with the education system. And the next, the education is not only about providing knowledge and skills, but also a key factor in shaping people's social status and economic prospects. Unfortunately, there still exists inequality in education levels and income globally. Persons' level of education largely determines their competitiveness in the job market, and therefore educational attainment has become a barrier between a person and poverty and economic inequality. And the next, I will talk about how to solve the problem of education level and income inequality. The government should increase investment in educational resources and ensure fair distribution of educational resources at the same time, and provide a free compulsory education and establish a scholarship system to help children from poor families receive a good education. By improving the allocation of educational resources and providing more educational opportunities, we can gradually narrow the gap between educational attainment and income, achieving more equitable and sustainable social development. And in conclusion, I believe that the governments, society, and individuals all have a responsibility to work together to promote education accessibility and equity, provide equal development opportunities for everyone, and achieve a balance between education level and income. Only in this way can we build a more fair and prosperous society. The next one.
Now I'm going to talk about the issue from social perspective. In Mumbai, a billionaire lives in a 27-story pyramid skyscraper while his mate sleeps on the pavement below. This isn't just inequity, it's a social time bomb. From a social perspective, income inequity in developing countries stems from women's disadvantaged position in the labor market. Limited education, wage gaps, job discrimination, and unpaid household labor reduced economic participation and income, reinforcing broader social inequity. Now, I will describe the complication clearly. Gender-based income inequity in developing countries has serious long-term impacts. As the World Bank 2020 highlights, women's limited access to education, fair wages, and job opportunities harms not only their livelihoods but also national growth and social stability. If left unaddressed, it will deepen poverty, widen income gaps, and block inclusive development. Ignoring the issue, as emphasized by the OECD, means wasting the potential of half the population, an urgent problem that demands action. To reduce gender-based income inequity in developing countries, coordination action is needed across education, labor policy, and entrepreneurship. Governments and partners should ensure equal access to quality education for girls, enforce equal pay and anti-discrimination laws, and support women-led businesses through funding and training. This integrated approach is practical, scalable, and sustainable, as it empowers women at the grassroots while promoting inclusive economic growth, unlike one-size-fits-all solutions. This model addresses systemic barriers and unlocks the full economic potential of half the population, benefiting not just women but entire societies. Now it's time to act. Let's raise awareness, advocate for change, and promote inclusive workplaces. Investing in women's potential builds a sustainable, inclusive future for all. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Qinyu. My speech title is Fixing Income Inequality in Developing Country. Many developing countries are growing fast, but the rich are getting richer, and the poor and still struggling with that. Today I will talk about how government money, tax, and spending can help reduce this problem, the problem situation and complication. Even with more money in the economy, income inequality is still a big problem. In city, people often earn much more than those in villages. So groups have good jobs and service, but others do not. This is not right, and it also dangerous. If if we don't fix it, poor people won't get good education, health care, and housing. It will be harder for them to change their life. So we must take action now. The solution. What can we do? We suggest three important steps. Better tax. Rich people should pay more tax. Also, we can tax property and inheritance. This gives more money to the government. Smart spending. Use that money to help people, building school, hospitals, and house, especially for poor area. Be honest and clear. The government must show where the money goes. People need to trust the system. We can smart small. In the first 1 or 2 year, make tax fair and use computer to track money. After that, fix how we give help and use data to find who need the support the most. Why our plan is special? Our idea is not just one small fix. It it looks at one system, both tax and spending. We also use technology to find and help the people who need it most. This makes help faster and smarter. In the long run, people will have better life. The country will grow strong. Call to action. What is next? We ask leaders to change the tax and the spending system, researchers to give advice and data, international group to help with money and train, and everyone to speak up and watch how the government spend. Let's make sure money is built bridges, not walls. Together, we can create a better. Okay, thank you. Next one.
Hello, everyone. The next part is political perspective. Let me begin with a powerful image. In many developing countries, the richest 1% own as much wealth as the bottom 90% combined. It is not an aggregation, it's a documented reality that reflects a deeper systemic issue. The first glance, we might think of inequality as a purely economic problem, but if we look closer, we see it rooted in policies. As scholars like Thomas Piketty, we shown income, income inequality often arises from institution failures, not just the market force. In developing nations, weak governments and corporations allow elegant to shape our laws and policies in our favor. Tax systems are regressive, and public resources rarely reach those who need the most. To bring me to a crucial point, income inequality is not unjust, it is also political explosive. As the same as the World Bank warns, persistent inequality can lead to social onset, weaken state legitimacy, and undermine long-term development. When the majority feels excluded from both economic opportunities and political participation, the result can be persistent instability or even conflict or unconflicted. So how do we move forward? Here is where we need a shift, not just in policy, but in mandate. We must address the political roots of inequality. That means enforcing progress actions, inviting in inclusion social programs, and empower anti-corruption institutions. It also means supporting civil society, giving people the tools for the least and accountable. Unlike short-term economic fix, these change building a long-term resilience. They help create government and are transparent, responsive, and fair. As Martin argued, development is not just about wealth, it's about expanding freedoms and choice. To include, income inequality is more than a number. It's a reflection of who holds power and how that power is used. If we want lasting change, we must tackle inequality not just with economic, but its political encourage and reform. Let's raise our voice, demand accountability, and push for the system where everyone, not just the wealthy few, have a seat at the table. Okay, that's all for our group presentation. Thank you.